There was so many aspects of it that were just incredibly appetizing and exciting. I think from the big picture, I would say, William Gibson, Jonathan Nolan, Lisa Joy, those are three huge heavy hitters in the world of sci-fi. And when you think about that and being able to bring a William Gibson story to the screen in 8 episodes, I think really giving him the credit that he deserves for the density of his novels and stories. It felt like the perfect storm and exactly what I want to be a part of. And on top of that, I think Flynn Fisher is a character that I haven't been able to step into the shoes of before. And she really pushed me and allowed me to be very vulnerable and to show different aspects of myself that I haven't had the opportunity to express.
I think, on top of all that, it's a very grounded human story, and the relationship between Flynn and Burton as brother and sister is, really core and really critical to the show. And, hopefully that will be the thing that can kind of be the anchor for the audiences as they go into this really fantastical, speculative world of, science fiction. And beyond all that, it was just a lot of fun too. On the page, it's really cool. It's a bit of a thrill ride of a show to watch and certainly to shoot. So we had a blast doing it.
A big aspect that I really connected to with Flynn was the fact that she is a huge gamer, and I've always been a huge gamer. I grew up with 4 older brothers in particular, so I might not have been able to physically best them at every turn, but whenever I was playing video games, I was way better at them than they were across the board. So it was a great way for me to, I think, have a mental and physical edge in a lot of ways. And it was also really imaginative and expansive, I think, for my mind, and I really benefited from it for a really long time. And to this day, I game a lot, probably too much. But that was something I think that we both really connected to, and we would play games together on set. And I think outside of that, I really just connected to the brother-sister relationship and how close that Jack and I really got in real life.
Yeah, I think that was really important for me for, portraying Burton was just, my relationship with Chloe and knowing how, close we had become. And I mean, Burton ultimately cares so much about his sister, and he really wants to just do right by her and look after her and just have her back and stuff. And that's very much the relationship that Chloe and I have with one another. So I think really a lot of how I found my character was just through my relationship with Chloe in the real world, which was really nice. It's a really special thing to have when you're working on a set.
That is William Gibson. I think there's even more in the book that you can delve into, and I think we touched on a ton in season 1. But I imagine, in season 2, they want to go even deeper into the political landscape and I think the financial landscape as well. I think that was something that we really gravitated to and talked about a lot during making this, and how there was so much going on underneath the surface that we were communicating about that all the time on set, which I think is one of the fun things about genre in general, be it sci-fi or even horror and different genre films and shows. It allows you to have a really fun world that people love to watch, but also create really interesting conversations, and it hopefully should have a message within it where, we can start to dig into things that we might not have, wanted to without it being, so palatable in a lot of ways.
Yeah, like William Gibson, like he goes by, the term of a speculative fiction writer. And that's what's so cool about the show, I think, is that we're kind of speculating on a future that's just around the corner, really.
Yeah.
And you can see that reflected in the kind of technology that exists in Flynn and Burton's world already. And on your point about the medicine, I know that there's already a capacity out there to 3D print certain types of medicine, which is kind of fascinating. So that's all stuff that we're touching on in the show, and it sort of raises all kinds of questions, and I think that's part of what makes the show really provocative and really compelling.
And lastly, I'll say, I totally just remember this now, but remember a lot of the props we use on the set? They were actually unreleased androids.
Oh, yeah.
So we were like, you know the phones that just rolled out, which are the screens that you can fold?
Yeah.
We had those a year and a half ago on set.
Yeah.
And they were completely unreleased prototypes. Yeah. So there's a lot peppered into the story that is really important to, I know Jonah Nolan in particular, he works with a lot of futurists and he likes to try and work with tech companies to figure out what we could actually integrate that feels naturalistic. And that is all throughout the show, which is fun.